The title of this lecture is How to Become a Leader and Be Accepted as a Leader. Some of you may have gone through the steps to become a leader, and some of you may not have. But regardless of where you're at, an important question to ask or know the answer to is, how does someone become a leader? Before leadership can happen, there is a stage at the beginning where the leader analyzes and assesses the situation that exists. The leader then thinks about future possibilities. What is missing? What could be changed? Or what could be improved upon? After formulating some unique ideas, the leader then thinks from the perspective of setting some goals or objectives that will capitalize on the possibilities that have been discovered. Then begins a fight or struggle towards achieving these goals or objectives. Being wise, the leader realizes that achieving the goals may require more effort and labor than possible as one person. The leader then attempts to recruit others in the same endeavor, to struggle and fight as well, therefore pooling all the effort for maximum benefit. This sounds easy, but it is not. There is a technique that can be used to attain these helpful alliances, and that is basically by creating rationales and presenting the idea that things could be better than they presently are. The leader should focus on pushing the idea that others shouldn't settle on the current limitations or poor situation that exists. There will be some resistance to these ideas, because they naturally lead to the conclusion that one should follow the will of the leader, which implies that they should no longer follow their own will, which obviously requires giving up some freedom. And naturally, why would anyone want to give up any freedom? Again, the answer is to highlight a goal that, if achieved, would improve upon some aspect of the present situation. Further, the goal must be achievable, and the leader must have full belief in its achievability. The confidence in the endeavor is what will remove the followers' fears to undertake the initiative. There are usually many difficulties in achieving objectives that require leadership. However, we've discovered with a will, a goal, and a belief in the goal's attainability, the leader should be able to overcome the challenges. In history, leaders and followers have worked together to accomplish many great things. Out of all the great things accomplished, it is pretty much a certainty that they were at one point or another simply an objective in the mind of a leader. Goals were set and they were achieved. However, goals vary in difficulty and complexity. The more difficult goals require that the followers exert more effort, which then requires that the leader have a greater aptitude and ability to motivate them towards exerting more effort. Leaders need to believe in the attainability of the goals and show this belief confidently, and this helps with creating an atmosphere of motivation. Leaders don't just have one goal to achieve, they usually need to achieve a few different goals. The leader's role is to harness the group effort and direct it and organize it for optimum effect in meeting the different objectives. So how can this be done? Simple. Announce the goals. Once announced, there will be an emotional reaction from the team, which could be either negative or positive. On the negative side, they may feel unhappy, sad, scared, and many other combinations. On the positive side, they may feel full of enthusiasm and excitement. Their reaction is an opportunity. The reaction represents energy which needs to be harnessed and directed towards solving the challenges outlined. This energy provides the power necessary to achieve the goals together. Sometimes, some followers may be against the idea of leadership. They may like the goals presented, but they may not think that they need your leadership. Fortunately, there is a technique which can be used to convince others that your leadership is exactly what they need. The key is to present the goal and overall situation as an emergency or as a crisis. The key is to create an atmosphere where the followers fear that they may not be able to do things on their own. You must make the situation seem dramatic. The more dramatic, the better. The more dramatic the situation, the greater will be their need for your leadership. An example of a potential argument to make that sounds logical, but is actually very dramatic is this. Though we currently have clients and are making good money, there are new services launching that will probably render our services obsolete. If we do not take on this project, we may not be able to compete with them and will lose our customers. By instilling some fear, the followers will want to change things. They will not be sure they can accomplish it on their own, and they will seek out your help. The goal of the leader is to align the fears of the followers into a shared vision of the crisis. Then the leader can provide a solution to the crisis that involves them as well.